What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. And in this one, baby, we are ready for some football. Football's upon us. Sunday, 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. Giants, Cowboys, it counts. I am so ready for football. I'm so ready for this game. Dallas Cowboy fans been talking a lot of smack. And it's kind of funny, you know, nobody really talked better smack than I did over my first 4 years here on YouTube. I'm a pretty good trash talker back in my day. I don't really go that route anymore, but I do still like to throw a few verbal jabs out there. We're going to do that in this video a little bit. So, Dallas Cowboy fans think this is going to be so easy. Oh, we're going to run right over the Giants. They suck. They're nothing. They're garbage or this or that. They don't know our team. They don't understand this is a completely different team. They just like, oh, they lost Odell Beckham. Now they have no chance. Well, that's the farthest thing from the truth. When we beat the Cowboys twice in 2016, we did it because we were able to stop the run. Somehow Dallas Cowboy fans think that without Ezekiel Elliott, it's still going to be a cakewalk. Not even realizing that Dak Prescott's career quarterback rating with Ezekiel Elliott is over 99. And without him, it's under 81. It's a 20-point difference in quarterback rating. Dak Prescott needs Ezekiel Elliott to succeed. And the reason the Giants beat the Cowboys is because they were able to stuff the run. Pollard ain't going to be able to run the way Ezekiel Elliott does. And I know your offensive line is still pretty good. And I know that our pass rush still isn't very good. But we got big bodies in the middle with Dexter Lawrence and B.J. Hill. Guys that can plug up the middle. Guys that can stop that run. Guys that can make Dak Prescott beat them. And we don't got to worry about Ezekiel Elliott in this game. Because he's not going to be there. And if he is there, what kind of shape is he going to be in? He'll probably be a non-factor. Either way. But it don't look like he's going to be there. But somehow Cowboy fans think that doesn't matter. The guy that they think is the best running back in the league doesn't matter. See, the Giants are going to have the best running back in the league with a much improved offensive line. So it's a totally different team than you faced the last 2 years. And from one season to the next, it doesn't always translate. Look at 2016. It's a perfect example. The Giants are 11-5. Cowboys are 13-3. We swept the Cowboys. It looked like Dallas and the Giants were going to be the teams to fight for the division for the next few years. Now, Dallas struggled because they lost Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games. We just sucked, plain and simple. But the 7-9 Eagles in 2016 turned around and won the Super Bowl in 2017, which just goes to show you, you never know from one year to the next what's going to happen. It doesn't matter what the hell the team looks like on paper. You got to go out there and perform. None of it matters. But one thing I hear from Cowboy fans all the time is relevancy. The Giants ain't relevant. The Giants haven't been relevant in a long time. The Giants ain't relevant. You're not relevant. I hear this all the time. What is relevant, Cowboy fans? What is relevant? You've won the division 2 out of the last 3 years. That's relevant to you? A once proud franchise, America's team, 5 championships. Got to hear about all the time, all about them 5 championships they won. Ain't won one in 24 years. Haven't played in an NFC championship game in 24 years. Guys who aren't in their 30s don't even remember seeing them win a championship. Don't tell me, I was 3 when the Cowboys won in 95. I was a big fan. I was born a Cowboys fan. Nobody's ever born a fan. You're not a fan until you're old enough to choose the team you want to root for. So I'll say if you're 32 or older, you have seen the Cowboys win 1 championship. You got to be almost in your late 50s to have seen all 5. That's for damn sure. So I don't know what relevancy is. The funny thing about this is the Cowboy fans, and I know I did this to Eagle fans too all the time. I'd always tell them win a championship, win a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. Because Eagle fans would talk about how they won all these division titles and how they were doing all this and that. We all said win a championship. Well, they did. Now Cowboy fans are bragging about winning division titles, the same thing that they made fun of Eagle fans for bragging about for years before they won a title. So this is what Dallas Cowboy fans have become. You've become the Philadelphia Eagles fan base before they won a Super Bowl. That's what's relevant to you. Let's face it, Cowboys fans. The Cowboys have not been relevant in a long, long time. Not since the Clinton administration. You ain't been relevant. The Giants have been more relevant than you. Since the turn of the millennium, we've played in 3 Super Bowls. You haven't even been in an NFC championship game. The Eagles have been more relevant than you, too. The one you've been more relevant than is the Washington Redskins. We'll give you that. But you haven't been more relevant than the Giants in the last decade because we won a title. That's what's relevant. And the once proud fan base and franchise who always bragged about all that history and all those championships now is bragging about division titles. This is what you've become, is that. You haven't won a damn thing in a quarter of a century. So how relevant are you really? You got all kinds of problems going on over there. That don't mean you won't beat us week 1. But I just find this amusing. Cowboy fans that come on here. I had a Cowboys fan. This is the type of crap I deal with. I had a Cowboys fan come into my live stream on Saturday night and tell me he's been a Cowboys fan for 62 years. He said that. I'm not lying. He said he's been a Cowboys fan for 62 years. And I had to correct him and say, buddy, the Cowboys are 59 years old. How the hell have you been a Cowboys fan for 62 years? This is the type of fan base I deal with when I deal with the Dallas Cowboys fans. Not all of them. There's a lot of Cowboys fans in my live streams, commenting on my videos, that are great. That are great Cowboys fans. A ton of them. I have a ton of Cowboys fans that I love to talk to, that I enjoy conversing with because they're smart, they're educated, and they are real Cowboys fans. Not these guys that jump on America's bandwagon when the Cowboys are 13-3 and they start wearing all their pretty blue star and all this other crap. You know, not the guys that seem to disappear in 2015 when the Cowboys are 4-12 and you wouldn't see anybody representing the Dallas Cowboys. That included a lot of video makers on YouTube that seemed to disappear and they all came back when they were 13-3. I'm not talking about that fan base. I'm talking about the ones that ride or die with the Cowboys. True blue, you know, through thick and thin. It don't really matter. But that is what's funny to me is the term relevancy. Because what is relevant? You would think from a Cowboys perspective, a Cowboys fan's perspective, these guys that brag about all these championships would think that only championships are relevant. Because they'll still brag about, how come you haven't caught up? How come you haven't caught up? We haven't won in 25 years, but you haven't caught up. That's what they brag about. But they haven't won anything in 25 years. You know? I mean, it's just, what is relevant? If you think division titles are relevant, then you're hypocrites for making fun of Eagles fans who thought division titles were relevant, and we all told the Eagles to win a Super Bowl. Well, now they have, and they've won it more recently than any of us, by a lot. The Eagles also went as far as you guys did in the playoffs last year. I'd say they're more relevant than you. We've just been bad for the last 2 years. And even with how poor we've been, Giants are still all over the media, all over the place. Because of our trades, because of our draft pick, people love to talk about the New York Giants. A team that's won 8 games in the last 2 years is more talked about than almost any team in professional football. So even though we've won 8 games, we're still relevant. Right? If that's what you're considering relevant, is that people talk about you. Well, I guess we'll see who the more relevant team is on Sunday. This ain't my last video about the Dallas Cowboys because this isn't a preview video or anything else like that. I just wanted to get it started because I love it. I still love to talk a little smack to y'all. Because even though you're better on paper, that don't always translate to the field. You don't win the game on paper. You win it in between the lines. Well, we're going to see what happens on Sunday. If Zeke's not there, you guys are in trouble. I'm telling you that right now. Until tomorrow, it's Baddog, and I am gone. Peace!